Hey everybody, welcome to Moment of Clarity. I am going to go back to calling these Moment of Clarity. I was trying the new name Point Being, but it was confusing too many people. Anyway, too many names for too many different things. So I'm going to call these Moment of Clarity rants. I'll keep the numbering the same. So if you want to see the new ones I've been creating, this is the 6th one, and you can keep tuning in for those. So please check that out. But yeah, I'll be creating these almost every single day, and you can get them at leecamp.com. Let's see, I've got multiple streams going here. So hello to everybody. All right, let's get into the Supreme Court. Lovely day, isn't it? So Congress has just confirmed another Supreme Court justice. And I just want to take a moment to talk about how insane the Supreme Court is to begin with. You've got 9 completely flawed human beings, because we're all flawed, right? Who are totally unelected, and they interpret our stupid laws. Why do I say our laws are stupid? Because it's not really arguable that almost all of our laws have been written by very rich, very powerful white men. Even if you get past the white men part, which might be the most damning part, you still can't deny the rich and powerful part. And if these people got to that place in America where they are the rich and powerful, then the vast majority of them are sociopaths. I've already covered this before. We need a sociopath test, but because we don't have one, these idiots write all of our laws, and they write them to favor the business community. Now, business community is a nice way of saying rich douchetards. The laws are there for them to rule more easily. So then the Supreme Court decides whether we're behaving ourselves inside the laws that the rich white sociopaths wrote. So that seems to be a little problematic, no, to begin with? A little rotten at the core, and yet this is never mentioned on mainstream media? But let's look past that for a minute. A lifetime appointment for life. That is bonkers. That decision to make it a lifetime appointment was made back when people lived to like 12 years old on average. The town elder was 23, okay? If you got to 29, then you retired and they carved a statue to you in the town square to remember how insanely, nonsensically old you had gotten. For the people who lived in the mid-30s, it was probably just because the doctors had accidentally put some really good leeches on their skin, and actually the person was 70% leech at that point. So does that even count as being them anymore? It was truthfully just a giant leech holding up a corpse. Point being, the lifetime appointment made more sense when people didn't live 90 years. 90 goddamn years. So now our ass-bag leaders only nominate teenagers to the Supreme Court so that they can have someone on there for eternity. So am I terrified about Amy Coney Barrett? Of course I am. She's a religious fanatic. She belongs to some kind of cult out of Indiana that doesn't believe in climate change, thinks malted milkshakes are the devil's work, and views riding on a pogo stick as losing your virginity, which is then punishable by being forced to marry the pogo stick so as to protect your family's honor. By the way, how did the pogo stick even come about? Who decided that was a good idea? Who decided we needed to bounce more? I think the pogo stick was actually invented by dentists because they were looking for more business because they knew there'd be some good chipped teeth coming in. It was good for business. Anyway, it's not just Amy Coney Barrett. Most of these Supreme Court justices are goddamn nightmares. They wouldn't even be up for nomination if they were normal human beings. They have proven through their years on the federal bench that they will defend the corporatocracy. They will stand up for the American empire. They will not defend the average people. Whether they were picked by a Democrat or Republican president, it doesn't fucking matter. They would not be in that spot if they actually fought for us. Point being, the Constitution does not say that the Supreme Court justices must be judges. So I want to see real people nominated, not asshole judges. I want to see the president nominate Rodney, the dude who fixes the basketball hoops on the public courts. He's a good guy. I think we should nominate him. I want that. One time we found a basketball in the court, and then some other kids said they get to keep it, and we let Rodney be the judge. And Rodney said, finders keepers. There you go. That's a fair judge. If he knows finders keepers, he probably knows all the other important stuff that a judge needs to know, like don't bring a knife to a gunfight, whoever smelt it dealt it, and not it. I bet Amy Coney Barrett doesn't even know not it. Point being, I think most of what the Supreme Court does is it's not for the people. It's not democratic. It's not legit. It reeks of oligarchical rule for eternity. It's ruling elite garbage. And it's time someone started saying it rather than having this little mainstream media dance in which we act like, well, this pick was kind of bad, but Joe Biden, if he'd been in there, or Hillary Clinton, then it would have been good. Bullshit. And here's your little ray of sunshine to cap this off. Most of the really important changes in America have come from grassroots, on the ground, people power. Gay marriage, civil rights, women's rights. Yes, there were ultimately some things that were decided in the courts, settled in the courts, but most of that change came from people like you and me and millions of others getting out there and getting really fucking angry. The courts will respond to people eventually because there's more of us. But the people have to show up and make that point. That's been your moment of clarity. Hope you all enjoyed it. Please go to leecamp.com to watch these every day. As I always say, my feeds are suppressed a whole hell of a lot. So if you want this and you want to watch this on a regular basis, go to leecamp.com regularly. Please hit subscribe and also text the word redacted to 33777. It'll get you signed up to the email list. All right. Keep fighting.